team Kopite. Elimination BO3. I see what you mean, though. You know, if you're playing an elimination series, you might want to play the one that has a more clear game strategy, though.
Any weird facets? Let's see. So, wait, Beast Mode? I thought he had the other. He had Wild Hunt. I swear I saw Wild Hunt just now when they were picking the heroes. So I guess he must have changed last moment. Does it mean he's not getting a helm? He's getting axe? I feel like helm is pretty strong here. Expanded armature, shooting saplings, high tide, thunderhead. Yeah, I mean everything else just clap death. So he's not going for the malpractice when clap death.
Yeah, that's a little.
I mean it's better in the team fights
for DB,
but in the early game it's not as strong because the other facets better in the early game, lane and early game. And we see the throwing shade from Dark Willow. Sometimes you see the other one. I think the Curse Crown one is also very nice. I mean, especially when you're playing into a tanky target like Bristol, Mount Daya. He does not have Tango, does not have Quelling Wave, but he is fine. Because usually when you're playing into a tanky hero like Bristol, like a target that is going to be focused, the Curse Crown facet is going to, I feel like, have a lot of value, right? Because the way it works is, the more damage you do to the Curse Crown target, that's like a portion of damage that will be reflected around that target, you know? So it could be very, very
yeah. Like Disseminate. Everyone's favorite Shadow Demon.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, what's the AoE? Like the same AoE as your Curse Crown, so maybe roughly around 300 AoE. Right? But nevertheless, he didn't choose for that. He go for the throwing shade, so he does more damage when he goes near the target. Okay, so looking at the lanes right now, I mean the mid lane Conquer Ember, this is probably gonna be a little bit favorable to the Conquer in terms of CSing. I mean you're always gonna do well against melee heroes with your Tidebringer. You're gonna get better harass, more lasted. Whereas the side lanes are going to be more interesting here. I mean you have the Beastmaster against the Razor, then you have the Bristol, and bot lane against the Pango. I think those two side lanes are going to have a lot of kill potential, a lot of action happening, and on top of that, you have a Nature's Prophet TPing around.
Yeah, that's right. Especially when we get more levels in Jicroy. I'd see some more points in that static link to try and set things up. We talk about how Gyro's a great hero to rotate through the gate. Maybe he's still better than a Razor, but I think a Razor's got a lot of reasons to want to rotate him through.
Razor can also move. I mean, not as good as Gyro, like you said, you know, but you can still move if you get a good start and you feel like your team needs you. It's not
especially
like
when you're rotating into a really aggressive bottom lane here. DeWolf fighting through this one. DB with the double jump facet, good damage here. Zombie, he's going to escape just on the regen of this Tango. DB aiming for the kill onto Chucky will fail to punch through that bristleback, and he wasn't really even too close.
That's not too bad of a death, even though it was first blood. Both of the heroes took so much, you know, from the clock and the Bristol to kill him. I think it was okay to die there, because now they get the lane back, and the Pango can free farm for a little bit. He is full resources on the Pango, full health, full mana, so it wasn't too bad of a death there. And they didn't lose the Lotus because of that. I think they might be able to just snatch the Lotus away, because the clock and Bristol shouldn't be able to contest Lotus.
Zombie does set up those cogs. DB will farm one, but I think once again he will be denied the kill. Chucky with first blood. Ooh, top lane. Maledict ticking away, but not enough damage here out of that Beastmaster quite yet. Can be spamming quite a bit as well, and yeah, I don't know what build we're going to end up seeing here, right? Like you said, it's beast mode time and facet for DCMG as they throw a cask his way. No lucky cask bounce there back, so it seems like they will not be able to get this Maledict kill.
It seems like he's going to go for most likely the axe with this facet, and he's already queuing up the Arcane Boots here. Usually you go Arcane Boots with this build. Usually. He might change, but I don't know. It just looks like he's not opting to go for the Helm build this time. I mean, we see MP here, just healing him up. Gotta make sure you always have that Tango, you know. You want to use your own tango on the tree so you get the double healing.
Is that still a thing? I don't think it is, right?
No, it is a thing with this guys, but you heal.
Oh.
You heal double. It's like planting down a branch, you know, and then you eat the tango.
You're totally right. You're absolutely brought it back. I only thought it was just the healing on the AoE. Shame on me for not alt pressing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, you know, when you kill your games. I think you ping that tango when you do that people don't realize it gives like a double healing.
I'm one of those people. I am people. But what I'm gonna do, that's why he sprouts them, right? To make sure he eats his way.
Inform you of the mechanic. So now you know.
That's why you're always sprouting me when we play together, right? Makes sense. Mid lane, speaking of sprouts, Carlo trying to connect you. Bami thinking about diving that tower, but Mong Daya says, oh, you like going under tower? Have a Torrent, have an X-Mark, the lull. He will rotate in, finds himself trapped inside the cogs, but with the throwing shade, has the reach there in the Shadow Realm. Good effort there on the cog to try and disrupt the auto attack, but better rotations, good response out from Tech Free Gaming.
You shall not lay hands on the Lord Mamang Daya Konka.
That's our admiral. Don't you touch him.
Pays the price, you know. Good rotation by the Dark Widow to save them. Very early 3v3, you know, in the mid lane. Or 3v2, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Witch Doctor was like a tourist there in that fight, right? He didn't really do too much.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything really. Basically, the X-Mark horror.
Exactly.
But he did this stuff on the tower. Chucky there just hitting a bunch of right clicks from mid lane. No level 6 for Ember. Good gank again from Double. He stayed around after the TP.
I'm even a little bit shocked that he gets the kill there, I'm not going to lie. And that's where that 12 deny advantage, you know, starts to maybe show its teeth a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, you're also taking a lot of harass, you know. It's not just the XP. You're always low on HP from the Tidebringer. Now, 6-minute rune, they're going to get it on Conquer. I mean, Amber has to be very careful until he gets his level 6 here, you know. He can't afford to go down again. I mean, he's almost there. Needs to be patient a little bit. One more wave. But Arcane Rune Conquer, so he's going to eat a bunch of Tidebringer. Okay, this is not fun.
Yeah, he's not going to be too happy about that.
This is not fun. Well, eventually he's going to get level 6. They just need to be a little bit more patient here. I mean, surprised not much has been going on for the MP. I don't remember him TPing to gank anyone yet, but Mamang Daya is the one TPing. He is coming to kill Chucky. He needs backup.
Becky beating the boat, does hit level 6, but no chance to do really anything there.
Now maybe he can steal the wisdom here. Can he steal the wisdom on the NP? Nope. There he used the scan.
I don't think so. Yeah. The lull's ready, and he will secure his own wisdom while the NP simply walks the old-fashioned way, does not use that TP to get his own wisdom shrine.
Oh no, he is indeed still going back for the help after the arcanes on the beast. So I kind of like it still. Very good this game. Because they need the helm to dictate the map pressure. You know, he can push out creep waves with the helm creep, force them to split up. I think that is the main goal of the draft here. You don't want the tech-free gaming side to be able to group up together with the Razor, the Conquer Boat, the Rolling Thunder. You want to force them to be defending lanes, split up, and then you strike them with your MP ganking, your clockwork, hook shocking someone, getting a pick off. That is the way you want to play this game, you know, if you are Team Kopite.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to kind of force them to respond, right? Force them into your positioning. That is going to be one weakness of this tech-free gaming lineup, is nice dodge there on the X-Torrent, but Mamang Daya comes out with the shield rune still.
Second rune for him.
That's one weakness of like this Bristle kind of lineup, is that they fight much better when they kind of have their positioning set up, right? They want to like get into formation, and then they become much more difficult to fight into. If you can force them to come to you,
but they're not so good at playing the map, I would say. Like pushing out waves quickly and joining globally, not as good.
We might be in some trouble here, but another well-timed fire remnant away from harms. He's okay. Top lane, Jikroy getting some pressure here as Bombi sets up the cogs again. Mamang Daya with a second TP in. He actually doesn't have X-Mark quite yet ready, but eager to fight anyway with the shield rune. Rolling Thunder is going to be down bottom. Chucky, I think he's going to be okay there. As backup top lane, Carlo is going to find himself at the bottom of a boat. The roar, though, onto Jikroy. DCMG trying to pick up this kill. The regen on Jikroy. Will that be enough? Mamang Daya now turning back his attention, finds the torrent. Oh, but it's still going to be a kill there onto the Razor. The wild axes come out. It will cost him his own life, and it might even be a +1 here onto the Clockwork, whose battery assault here is going to run out, and I believe as will his life. Mamang Daya, one last Tidebringer. He's on a killing spree now, 3-0-3 on the mid lane Kunkka. Oh, it looks like Chucky ends up dying back down bottom.
Yeah, he got out already, but he got greedy. He wanted to farm another crit wave, and the spells from the Pango just came back up, you know, so it was just an easy kill.
Chucky's going to return the tip, though.
But they have to kind of stabilize the game, you know, they're bleeding so many kills here on the Kopite side. You need to just chill, wait for a couple of minutes, farm a little bit, get your level 6 up on your supports, clear some stacks. Do they have a lot of stacks? Just some in the triangle, not much. But they need to take the game a little bit slower now.
Tech Free sure does. They've got some big stacks at the moment.
Yeah, but they're not interested. They want to fight now. Camp. They want to fight now, Richie, because they are strong on the tech-free gaming side. They sense blood in water. They came away from the lanes with an advantage, and they want to push out that advantage, you know, pressure them. Five camp stacks by Dark Willow here.
Eventually someone's going to farm that up. It might be Mamang Daya, could be the Razor. I'm not sure who they want to give that gold injection to, but for now, like you said, they just want to keep fighting.
Give it to Kunkka. I mean, Razor's going to take a long time clearing those stacks, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's true. Even with Eye of the Storm. Yeah, even with Eye of the Storm. A big stack.
Yeah, maybe Witch Doctor can clear it. Yeah, you can clear it with your Cleft Death.
You know what? You might actually be able to do that with this facet. Play a little Dendy
Yeah, it's not a good idea. I'm just memeing it.
Witch Doctor?
Don't do it.
Get your Blink Shard.
And the next day you're going to be seeing some Witch Doctor doing that. Oh, somebody said it was a good idea to clear stacks with this facet, you know.
I mean, he might want to clear those stacks that the Bristles had to leave behind. Chucky here. The twin brother, right, of Ghost? I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I know the brother.
I don't know who's older. I don't know who came out first, but they are twins.
They are twins. Okay, well, that's the analysis there. That's the analysis we expect here from Immortal 600. I don't know who came out first, but they are twins. Good control here on Anya. They've already used the Sex Mark at the spot. Chain Gang, you can see on all 3, even at level 2, doing a bit of damage, and that's going to be Anya managing to escape death. He's still having a bit of a rough time here, isn't he, this Ember Spirit, as he tries to get control over a power rune. Just a single one, he asks, but it's the Invis spawns down bottom. The lull, maybe expecting the Ember to still play with them, at least is able to set up that Sleight of Fist kill.
Yeah, Mamang Daya so far, being really, really lucky with all the runes. But yeah, Invis, Arcane Rune. What was the other one? DD? I don't remember.
Arcane. Top lane, Varij. Carlo is going to use the Sprout to try and block him out. Bombi as well, closing the door, but Jikroy is here with that crucial slow. Varij healing up thanks to the Voodoo Restoration. Good pathing. He manages to outrun the Hill Troll Summoner. Maybe now looking to turn. Maybe just looking to kill the Hill Troll Summoner.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold. Kill it. 100. What? The Witch Doctor stole it? Yeah.
He secured it, man. Look, you don't know DCMG. He was maybe about to dominate another creep. Okay,
fine. You have a point. Sure.
See, I'm that Witch Doctor. Okay, that's me. Witch Doctor. We can have a little snack every now and then. Okay, we deserve it.
Sure. You take a taxi, and you have to tax your cost, right? You tell him death and taxes, you know, things you cannot avoid.
You cannot avoid it. You cannot. And lower bracket as well as these two teams, as well as Ghost brother. Just make the down to the lower bracket. Jikroy
Nice
He's
bounce.
going to get caught, controlled by Bombi, trying to get the kill. 50 HP, that Clockwork just managing to survive, but they stick around, and he's going to be rewarded with a kill onto the carry.
Ooh, that was close. The last tick didn't kill him. Brawny, 110 HP. Chainmail,
Yep.
a lot of armor.
Fetch it vest. All the armor really coming into play. The infused raindrops. Very survivable Ember. Is this kind of his job to just kind of absorb and tank a lot of aggro and get away using his abilities and his shields and everything?
I want to say
Space
no,
on the map.
because I think that's the Bristleback's job, in a way.
Yeah, but he is the carry, right? Like, he's got to get this Ags online.
Yeah, I assume so. So Ember Spirit has to do the dirty work for now. He has to go in, has to tank. But so far, I think last couple of minutes have been stabilizing. They've been doing a good job stabilizing the game, for the team Kopite side. They got a couple of pickouts with the clock, the MP tipping in. Now there's a smoke from both sides. They want to get the ball rolling even further. And Chucky is in a vulnerable position.
They're going to gank the food street. And Chucky, he's farming. He's trying to get some good food here, but he is to become the snack instead to these supports. Among Dia with that blade mail active, they get the kill there. They see the Razor. They hook shot the Razor. Bombi, he's a little bit diving a tier 2 tower here, and he's going to have to give up this chase. Really good job on the cogs and Anya. Never mind, he jumps in to secure things. Great job by this Clockwork so far this game.
Yeah,
Enabling
fantastic
these
job.
kills.
Has been using the cogs really well, setting up kills left and right. So they're gonna have what? 3 blade? No, not 3. 2 blade mails, clock and Ember Spirit. The blade mail is gonna be extremely useful. It's Razor, Hunker,
Yeah.
but it's not very common to see support Clockworks position 5 rushing a blade mail. And
Yeah,
solar
a lot of
crevices
uncontrolled
are very
damage.
more common, I think.
Ooh, Ember, no way. They caught him here. Rolling Thunder's
they
incoming
got
to
him.
terrorize as
Nice.
well. Can they push him into another Bramble? The Cleft Ward, good enough for the kill. As they take down the tower and they finally get their hands on what has been a very, very slippery Ember. Blade
Another
mail.
blade mail. So how many blade mails we are talking? 3 this game?
3. We'll see 3 total. We have a lot of really actually equal item builds overall. You have 4 chipped vests at the moment here for the tier 1 neutrals.
Yeah,
you've got a
that
vessel
neutral
on
item
DB.
is, I think, also way too strong.
He's gonna see Chucky here. Oh, he whiffed there pretty big on that swashbuckle. He does have the lull now joining him, and that'll be another kill onto Chucky. He did buy out the Ags at the very least, so he didn't lose that much on the last goal. Top lane, Jikroy once again in trouble. Okay, gets the kill on the Bombi, but eventually Anya rewarded with the kill
Both
there.
the carries are not having the fun time. They're getting hunted down.
Oh.
But this trade kind of is okay for the Razor, though. I think the kill on the cloud is quite valuable because of the streak. So I think he didn't mind dying there. He got quite a bit of gold.
He did, actually. 26, it's not half bad. I have to say, though, Kopite, they did a good job of stabilizing through just kind of mirroring the actions of tech-free gaming. Like their responses to a lot of these aggressive moves have been to make aggressive moves themselves. And with the Clockwork, that's exactly the kind of play style this guy is basically built for in this early game. So fantastic job there. And now I expect DCMG or Beastmaster to get a little bit more involved here in Winter. He finally has finished farming up that Helmsy Overlord. Careful here. Zombie, this Clockwork might have a back-to-back death. Chucky, he could look for a fight here. He's got this Bristleback Ags ready to go, but he just doesn't have any other heroes here to play with him. So he'll just keep farming that Centaur camp.
And not to mention the enemy is already grouped up and ready here, right? They want to split them up with the MP, with the global presence, with the Helm creep, and force them to rotate before they take a fight. Lucky's running
Go in. Bristle is just kind of running in. That Cleft Ward doing really good damage here, but look at the return. Oh my goodness. Chucky, he'll just show him the rear, and he's going to take them all down. Sure, he's going to pop to that Maledict, but it's going to be 4 dead at the end of the day as the Beastmaster cleans up.
Yeah, that was like a crazy play there. I didn't think that he could survive that, but he felt like they are gonna die to kill him, So it was a good play, and they just got a Radiance on Conquer. It got delivered on the career, and Tech Free Gaming felt like they were strong, but they couldn't get off. I think maybe the roll was still on cooldown or something. It wasn't ready, so he wasn't able to get it off. And then
No roll, correct. It
they
just
just
came off
didn't
the
have enough in the tank to win, you know. We're gonna see it here.
We're gonna
no,
have a look
he
at that
actually had the
fight.
roll. But he just got rooted. Oh, the
did.
big root, triple root, yeah.
Yeah,
The
you're
chain.
right.
Just winning them the team
Chain
fight
gang.
there on the Ember.
King Kang doing a lot of work. I guess not having to terrorize was extremely problematic there as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
True,
There's a
that's right.
clockwork that dies up here. DB doing what he can. Actually, he's burning the mana very effectively of Anya. Now the Rolling Thunder is going to come out. Anya trying to sip on the bottle in between the ticks of damage, but it's simply too consistent. Over in the Roche pit, they're trying to do Roche. DCMG is going to lose that Ancient Thunderhide. He's going to lose Chucky Mamang Daya with a double kill in the pit.
Oh my
no,
God.
and now Roche. It's just free for tech-free gaming.
Disaster everywhere, you know. They want a really, really big fight, went Roche, but took too long. And they paid the price and we knew what was going on. But MP's gonna come over, they got it with the rocket.
They got it with the rocket, and actually Bombi, he's gonna jump in here to try and snatch the Aegis out from under Mamang Daya. Carlo running on in, and we'll be able to get the job done. Fantastic job by the supporting staff here of Kopite to limit the damage.
What
They
a way
give
to
their
start
team
your
that
Sunday
bounty.
morning, Richie. A game like this, you know.
Honestly.
If people ask you, so, what is it like to play Dota and SCA? Just present them this game. This is how it's like. Back and forth. One moment you think you're winning, the next moment all goes downhill. You lose Roshan, they steal your Roshan. You are doing Roshan,
Yeah.
it's gone, you die.
Kill your mid. They kill all three of your cores.
Yeah. And then the next moment, it swings back again. You'll never know. Yeah.
You really will never know.
Just keep your head up
Yeah,
high
this too.
and continue fighting, you know. It's the SCA way. We call GG and mid, but we always defend to the last man.
Always defend to the last. Always defend, boys. Never give up. Okay, I do like DCMG's build here quite a bit, I'm not going to lie. I think this like Helm into Pipe is going to allow his team to take these fights a little bit more effectively. We've seen that they've never taken like a full 5-on-5 fight quite yet. Not really at that stage of the game yet. It looks like now Tech Free Gaming will force the issue a bit more.
Now we're gonna see a big
Daya.
fight here. Chucky's moving over. He's the front line. He wants to just eat up the damage and return.
Oh, it's
a
over
bunch
the
of those.
Tormentor. Yeah. All right. The lull will kick things off here. Yule Scepter to buy him a little bit of extra time as Chucky, he's already used the Bristleback active, so he doesn't
And
have
the
that.
roll on the
Boat
roll.
is going to be used defensively, but there's no follow-up here to this roll. Anya, he's jumping on in. The Terrorize good onto the Bristleback. The roar trying to keep Chicory out of this fight. It's not going to be good enough. DB jumps back on in. The Clap Tward is going to do so much work here. Nothing to cancel the Witch Doctor as he cleans up two. Anya with the double kill does at least get back onto this Witch Doctor. Somehow this Willow is alive on 1 HP before Carlo gets in there. They try and X-mark him away, but he gets off that curse of the old growth. Pardon me. He will fall.
Oh, Ember's
Now it's
back.
only Anya left standing
Yeah,
here for
probably get
Kopite.
the extra kill here on Conquer.
Yeah, but Mamang Daya, he's going to be a
Oh, no
tough
mana.
one, it looks like. Out of mana, that Diffusal Blade. I don't know if they can really get this kill here, Winter. Mamang Daya has got another little bit of spells to throw in. DB, yeah, he'll get the job done. A full team wipe then in favor of Tech Free Gaming.
And the hero of the fight, obviously, Witch Doctor Craft War.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't do the most damage.
He did not. It was mostly the Pango, actually.
Yeah, they kind of got caught in that, I think that choke point beside the Tormentor with the bouncing cast and the Cleft Ward, and that was it, you know. I was very surprised that the Beastmaster decided not to roar and stop the roll. He waited and he roared the carry, the Razor. Maybe he thought the roll was ending and he didn't want to do it, but that forced him into a terrible position. You see here, the roll comes in, the Beastmaster's around. He could maybe roar the roll here, but he decides not to, and he walks down and he roars the Razor. That's why his team actually went down the cliff and got caught there, which I felt was a pretty bad decision in the end, you know. And obviously we are watching the game, we could see everything clearly, but
Yeah,
on
of
the other
course.
side, they are probably just feeling that they needed to save the raw for the enemy carry. So but it didn't work out, so they're gonna have to think about how they approach the fight the next time.
Yeah, Chucky also opening up that fight, expecting maybe just a support there or something. Like, he immediately uses the Bristleback, like, in that choke, and then it's just on cooldown for the rest of the fight, and he's...
Yeah, I mean,
kinda
Carlo's
dies.
gonna have an okay for the next one, so good luck channeling your
Pretty big.
your ward.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Shard, though, picked up on Varij. I mean, hey,
that's nice. That's nice.
That's a nice one, the Voodoo Switcheroo.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get caught by the Orchid, he's going to be able to do a lot in the team fight. So I think the Witch Doctor needs to be focused on. They have to pay attention to him. They can't ignore the Witch Doctor anymore at this point. He's doing way too much. I mean, BKBs are coming up. Honka has his 9-second BKB.
timing.
I mean, they have a lot of all-round skill to get into the BKB. Oh, they're all. Nice dodge.
Ember Spirit. Nice dodge indeed. His self-heal Scepter.
And it's still a decent amount of chance to coming back, you know, for the Radiant side, you know, according to Dota Plus, around 30+%. Still got the odds, you know, 10k behind. It speaks a lot about the strength of their draft, you know, their lineup. So Team Kopite here gonna have to find the right opening, farm a little bit more. I think they need to wait for BKB on Chucky. They can't just let him go to the fight and die again, you know?
Yeah. He needs to have that mobility in the fights, right? The mobility, the freedom of movement that BKB will give him.
I mean, the pipe is nice and all on the Beastmaster, but the Bristol can't just rely on it. You know, it's just way too much. The Dark Willow and Witch Doctor are just killing him with like the Melodic and the Bedlam and everything else, you know, the Rolling Thunder, the boat. Like, pipe doesn't seem like it's gonna solve your problems, you know, it's just like a band-aid. Temporary band-aid, but you still need to get a BKB. And tech-free gaming, they know. They know they are strong right now with the BKB on Mamang Daya. They want to look for more blood.
Mamang Daya and also the Razor, right? So Chikroy also holding on to that BKB.
Yep, double
Beast
BKB
mode.
timing. Aghalim's done on the Pango as well. Yeah, very strong. Like, who is going to be the first victim here, Richie? Chucky does not want to be the first victim.
No, he does not. Doesn't look like they'll find anyone here this time around. You can see the lines drawn on the map. They're in the food street, guys. They're not here.
It's way past dinner time, you know? It's a night. Not good to eat before you sleep, you know, Richie?
Disagree. That's the best time to go yum cha.
You told me you were taking care of yourself, you know, so apparently not. You just said that yesterday. I'm trying to take better care of myself, right?
Oh, okay. Curse of the Old Growth gives the vision. Oh my god! The Ancient Centaur, okay, is not going to be enough to turn anything around.
That was a huge
That Centaur had me scared there for a second. No vision, just a heads-up play, honestly, there. Varij is going to be like, where's the ward? There has to be one here. Nope.
I mean, there's one further up, but yeah, he's not gonna find it. I mean, this is the type of game you have to worry about when there's an MP, you know, that global presence. He's running around, they're shuffling in the waves with the Ember, the MP. The moment you speed up, the moment you're alone, there's always a chance of dying here. And that outfit itself is already paying off, you know, so far for Carlo here. Now, Pango has to be playing safer until he gets his Lotus Orb, you know.
Yeah. It's not too far away from that one, but he is going to be extremely vulnerable to that combo.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to be careful for the next, at least the next 2-3 minutes, you know, before he finishes that item.
That smoke play into the hook shot. They're trying to go in on them here a little bit more. Willow saving herself with the Yule Scepter. It's an awkward fight to start with. Both supports in a lot of trouble, but Jikroy, he's going to get a link off on an NP, rethinks his commitment to this fight. We got the Pango up in 3 more seconds. But I think Team Kopite pretty happy just with the kill onto Willow. They don't want to become victim to some really, really nice BKB reveal. The first BKBs here by Tech for Gaming.
Yeah, I didn't realize the MP was actually so high up on the network, and they essentially have 4 cores right now. I think he's going to need to scale a bit more items to scale more later. Maybe at some point he has to like build right-click items. Right now he's still going, I mean the Orchid's nice, but he's going for more utility with the axe, with the root. So the team fight is stronger. I think that's That's all and good right now for now. But if the game drags on long, I think he might need to consider going for right-clicking items at some point.
Anya's able to take that 28-minute Wisdom Shrine. Ag Scepter on Pango means he's going to be taking a little bit of damage, but between the Gale Guard and the Flame Guard, a lot of shields online there. And he's got this
initially
bodyguard.
that was the item that I keep forgetting. You know, initially when it got released, the Gale Guard, I keep forgetting that I have to use it. Not gonna lie. Took some time before I got used to it.
I always forget to use the Jitty Pollen Bag. Even these days, I kind of, now I'm getting better at using Psychic Headband, but back in the day, I was really bad because I just mostly got it for the cast range. But now that you can craft the enchantment, I'm like, oh, I can use this to push people away.
Yeah, but I keep forgetting I don't have cast range when I get the headband, you know.
Yeah. It takes some getting used to, that's for sure. It's kind of new meta, this new age of neutrals that we're in. Chucky's getting pretty big here, we should say, right? He's got this BKB, Ag Scepter, he's got the Hairball ready to go. Next into the SNY to just be able to stand out front and be that barrier, be that front line that his team is looking for.
I mean, ideally, the fights need to start where the Bristol is in front. Chucky has to kind of absorb the attention from the enemy, and then your Beastmaster kind of comes in from the side, you know. I think he has to stop the roll. I don't think he should try. Okay, if it's a good time to roll the Razor, he can do it. But if the roll is already coming in, I think he should kind of prioritize stopping the roll, you know. If there's no Lotus on the Pango.
Well, there's a Lotus now, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult.
But even then, you know, sometimes I think it's probably still worth it. Say they're trying to kill your Bristol, and he's coming in with a roll to chain stun him. Even with the Lotus, I think he probably should still roll the Pango, you know. Just stop the roll. There's things that he has to consider, and the Clockwork and MP has to try to find the Witch Doctor and kill him.
Roshan taking a stroll through the mid lane as Mamang Daya and Chucky just ignoring each other, just clearing creeps as they look to fight elsewhere for other bigger objectives, not just the mid wave, but for Roshan, number 2.
Yeah. SNY done for Mamang Daya and Anya as well on the Ember. He's going to pick up his SNY as well on the career.
Smart. Bombi. He's going to get caught. Can they kill him inside the cogs? That blade mail. The prickly little guy, but we'll still end up dropping.
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually didn't get the shot yet on the Clockwork. One of the more useful shots, you know, when the game goes long, gives you a lot of information. When you're trying to scout, gives you move speed. Even when you're trying to run away, it's always useful. And now Rosh.
And I think with the Clockwork dead, they can take this Roshan. We're not going to commit Eye of the Storm either here for Tech Free Gaming. Chucky is going to want to slow things down. Anya, Chain Gang, good work. He's going to trigger the Roar of Roshan.
Waiting for it to go low before they're committing. Here we go.
He's extremely low. Chucky, he's going to just go in. That's going to get the Rolling Thunder. Everything is out. The BKBs. Aegis on the deck, folks. Jikroy, he's going to walk back in. He picks up that Aegis. They've lost Chucky in the meantime. Once again, they've gotten the kill, so technically it's a snatch. It's DCMG. He's controlled as well among Daya. And DB, they jump on top of him, and now Anya just trying to juke out a death here, but he's caught by the Terrorize. Do they have any additional follow-up? The X-Mark into the Maledictus applied. The Voodoo Switcheroo saving the life of the Witch Doctor as Jikroy set up in position, ready to take down the Ember Spirit. They only lose the Witch Doctor, as Bombi will snipe him there with the Rocket Flare. But a phenomenal fight from Tech Free Gaming. They get away with it. Hold on, maybe they lose Mamang Daya, though. Yeah, hook shot. And a good counter kill here. A little bit of back and forth, shall we say, in the SCA region. That throwing shade, that's going to be a lot of damage here under Carlo. That's a lot of damage under Carlo, but he's got the Wand Stacks. DB, he's jumping in now. A good force away, and they can only aim now at best for Bombi as DB keeps getting pushed back by the shards. Rocket Flare, here he is. He's got this gem, actually. It was on the Kunkka. I think he's given it now to the courier, so even if he dies, they've still stolen the gem. As he's going to go in and tuck himself away in the trees.
Nice.
DB,
wow, that's a spot right there.
be able to find him.
I didn't realize you could go in those trees.
Me neither.
I wonder if it's the same on the Dire one. if you could also have a spot and hiding on top. I'll try it out later.
No room to swing
Because
a
everything
cart
seems
in this
to
crowd.
feel like it's the same on the other side, you know, like there's a couple of juke spots on the Raiden side, a couple of juke spots on the Dire side. It's balanced now, you know.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, kind of a crazy sequence of events, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the
I felt like the MP had to TP in though, and because he can give vision with the Curse of the Old Growth, TP in and just show his team, because there was no clockwork, so no one to rocket except for the Slide of Feast, you know. They can only scout there, you know, but he had to be close to Slide of Feast to give vision, you know. So it kind of put them in a very dangerous spot. They got caught, and the Witch Doctor again, you know, with the cast and the Death Ward kind of killed the Bristleback again, you know.
yeah, long kind of messy, drawn out fight. Oh, he's got this Ancient Croaker actually. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
don't see
be
this one
useful.
too much.
Very useful.
Yeah. I mean, this one's always ravaging me, basically. Whenever the frog is in water, it increases... Wait, hold on. It increases damage of all allies in it. Okay. That's pretty good. I didn't know he had that. 16%. That's... I mean, if you gotta fight in water, that's the trick. But it is a wet map these days.
No, it's just unfair.
I think that might be, like, one of the better ones to take now. I used to always like to take the... They're not really that new, but the Ice Shamans for the time dilation aura, like the cooldown reduction of like 15% or something like that.
That's kind of lineup dependent. Some lineups use that pretty well. You can abuse that.
I think this lineup uses it pretty well too, right? More slides, more chains, more
Yeah.
bristles.
But talking about the team fight, I think they need to re-strategize on the Kopite side now. They have to figure out who's supposed to go in first. I think MP should be the one that comes down and gives the vision. You say buyback, and you go in first. Somebody has to like give up their own life, you know. And now they're going to knock back. No Aegis.
Okay.
They can burst
Roar,
in to get
it's
the
in
stuns
there.
on.
Yeah, Bombi, he's holding down the reinforcements there as he sacrifices himself here pretty much. Where is Bombi? There he is. He's up there. Anya looking to get in here, but he's actually caught the torrents. Oh no, DB's gotten right on top of him. They have the damage in the meantime. They're fighting just north as Carlo, he goes in deep. He's not going to get a kill, Winter, and he's going to lose his own life. As right now, the fight strategy, it looks a little bit all over the place. I'm not really sure if Kopite meant to take a fight there without the beast, without the bristle, but turns into a 3-for-none trade off of what I presume was only meant to be, you know, scouting out for the Wisdom Shrine.
Yeah, that was a very messy fight. They didn't know who to go on, and I think they were afraid to commit on the Conquer because he had Satanic and SNY. They felt like they can't burst him from full to zero, but if they felt they couldn't kill him, then why even raw him right in the first place?
Yeah.
Because after they committed the raw, it means that they don't have anything to stop the other heroes, you know, and they were just caught in a very bad position. If they wanted to try and kill him, I think they just had to all in him, you know. You have to wait until he popped his Satanic, and then you use the Vessel on MP on him, you know. I think there was a chance they could still burst him, but
This is a
Chucky
big
didn't
time
want to go in.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he was out of there. Tech-free gaming, refresher online for this Razor. That Aegis is going to be reclaimed, but it refills the mana. You don't need that. Oh, okay. Just pop the clarity. You know, just something to sip on. Full mana. Just go ahead and
It's
flex on
flimsy, you
them.
know, give that man some mineral water.
I agree, man. That pH perfect 7 mineral water. That's what you need. However, he's gonna get forced back in, but he has the BKB, refreshes. A second link is ready to go, but he actually doesn't have mana for the second link. Still has enough mana for the BKB as he is gonna be roared, but DB here to cover his link. And look at the physical damage, Jickroy. Stolen 118. Yeah, the double Eye of the Storm as well as Ember Spirit is going to be maledicted. Bombi is going to have to buy back as they even find Carlo in the trees. Chucky with the BKB. Here's his opportunity to do some work. He's running in. The Voodoo Switcheroos, a lot of damage here as Fridge, he's unable to escape. In comes the boat now. Chucky, he's going to go ahead and tank that one with the Bloodstone active as Bombi whiffs on the hook shot, so they just focus fire onto Chucky, and down he goes. The buyback now from Carlo as the feed train. It might be building up steam here a little bit, but you've got to give him a fight, and that's a really good chain gang there. They catch all three. Down goes Mamangdaya. They almost get this kill onto the Willow, but still she lives. DB just trying to TP out in front of them. no way, and he will not be able to escape. There's going to be the Syrian chains, this Lotus. It makes
He
him a
might be
very
alive.
difficult kill, as he does manage to swashbuckle out of the base, and in fact, they run into the brambles. So it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be here for Tech Free Gaming. Still, though, Carlo, yeah, he's going to run you down. Double jump for a little shield, but he is eventually going to die as the Croaker in a swan song does at least stun them up.
Still a very, very expensive base defense there from Team Kopite. It was like, what, triple
True.
buybacks at least? How many buybacks
Double.
was that? Clock.
And a
MP.
dieback on the clockwork. So overall, it is going to be 5 deaths. They don't get the Razor, but they do take down the Kunkka, and they do get DB.
Yeah, but Chucky died as well, you know. Like, I think he's like the hero that needs to do a lot of like right clicking in the team fights, a lot of physical damage, and with him dying most of the fights, it's very difficult for him to scale into the later portion of the game, you know. Yeah, that's why I brought up like maybe 10 minutes ago that the MP might have to pick up the slack in terms of right click. It was a really nice 4-star pushing Jigraw in, but then he just refreshes his Eye of the
Oh, look at the
Storm, use it
cast.
twice, and he just kills them, you know, with the Satanic.
Yeah, and they just couldn't lock him down because of that darn cask as well. Like you said, that's satanic.
I mean, this
And
is
think
just horrible, you know, after that, you know. They had to use buybacks. They kind of salvaged that with the chain gang. He got a couple of very nice connections on the side of Chris and the chains. But that was just not enough, you know, in the end. It was okay. They got a couple of kills, but they didn't really feel like, okay, those buybacks were super worth it, you know.
Yeah, and Tech Free also, I have to commend them. They do a great job, like, waiting out the little power spikes there. Like, oh, BKB on Bristle. Okay, don't touch them. And then reinitiate once the BKB is up. And then there's the chain gang of all chain gangs, basically. That one looked real good. I have to say, pretty bold move by DB, swashbuckling back into the fight after he had lost the Kunkka. Still thinking he can take that. He says, I'm actually that guy, in case you didn't know. And he was not that guy. Carlo is more or less kind of that guy. I mean, look how farmed he is. Still a pretty sizable net worth lead, we should say, for Tech Free Gaming.
Yeah, but if they don't take the fight well, there's still a chance of losing it. Look at the win probability. They are 20k ahead, but it's not even like that crazy, you know. It's like 70%. So it tells you how strong the Kopite lineup is, you know. They can still win the team fights if you mess up. And I think in the next fight, they have to really be careful of not allowing Bristol to get bursted again, you know. I think he needs to be alive, he needs to do record damages, and somebody else has to tank the gank, you know. I think maybe Beastmaster, since the supports don't have buyback now, Beastmaster has to go in, die, and then save buyback, and then he buys back and comes to the fight, you know, and let the Bristol back right click.
Yeah, because we haven't really seen Chucky do a whole lot in this fight. In fact, I reckon if we just quickly toggle over hero damage, I bet you Carlo's got more hero damage than this Bristle right now. I think that's how hard this game has been for Chucky, in terms of like getting on top of heroes and actually being able to dish out damage.
Neither AC and Shivas are going to help. They have AC on Beast, and Shivas is going to be done on the Ember Spirit. So I think those two items are going to be very, very helpful if they can finish it before the next team fight. Whereas for Tech Free Gaming, they pretty much have everything they need right now. I don't see any very big items that they are waiting for at the moment on all the cores. I mean, Disperser is coming out on the Pango. That's going to be nice against the Chain Gang. You can remove it. But apart from that, I don't see any other big items, you know. I mean, Witch Doctor has Axel, so you could say that's the next big item.
That's nice. Double bouncing on the Death Ward.
Yeah, just wait till he gets level 20 and you get the range, you know, the Death Wall attack range. That's
there.
when it starts to be crazy.
Even this Voodoo Switcheroo is going to hurt, but we are smoking. Roshan, number 3, is alive. Remember, if Tech Free Gaming start doing Rosh, he will not roar at them, because both Roshans, even though Tech Free Gaming end up with the Aegis on their cores, both Roshans have been killed this game by Kopite. Let's see if they can break that mold now with Carlo. He does not have a single defensive item, and he does not have buyback. Dead for nearly 2 minutes. That's exactly the window that they're looking for.
Oh, this is huge. He is a big part of the team fight. The Curse of the Overgrowth, the agonyms on his Wrath of Nature. Everything's down the drain now.
Could even go for Roche. It looks like they're just going to go for the high ground. Chucky, tidal wave, is slightly out of position here as Anya gets that D-Roy. Chickroy, he's going to go on in. They know that there's not going to be a buyback here. It's Chickroy, little static link, steals 100 damage. Look at the debuffs on his bar, though.
They're stuck. Okay, they decide not to go in. That looked like a good opportunity to go in.
Chucky used the Bloodstone, though. Chucky used the Bloodstone. I think Tech 3 Gaming saw that. Still 70 seconds. Bloodstone on cooldown for 15 more, but I think they're just going to go now for Roche. Eye of the Storm kind of has been used here for not much gain. Wait, did you just eat an Ags? This guy's rich. This guy's rich. He ate an Ag.
35, 34 in error.
Yeah, holy moly. Rocket Flare into the pit. Roshan will roar. Careful here, Chucky. He's running in. This time he's got BKB and Bloodstone ready to go. An Eye of the Storm and a second is now ready as it's just come off cooldown. Trying to buy some time for Carlo to come in, but that's a really nice tidal wave. Chucky once again has to use the BKB and the Bloodstone. Look at DB, a really nice Rolling Thunder forces away Anya. They once again have kited out Chucky's BKB duration. They didn't have anyone else to start the fight, so he awkwardly runs in, and now he's gonna go down. The chain gang is just not enough. In fact, he's brought back by the tidal wave. Is there any more control now onto Anya? He doesn't have any remnants. Wait, he does have remnants. Why doesn't he remnant out? There he goes. He actually has to remnant in, that's why. Aegis now in the inventory for Chickroy as DB holds on to that refresher shard. Anya hit by the Maledict. The Voodoo Switcheroo is going to do so much work here. With the Blade Mail, he is tough to take down, but he will fall eventually. Oh. Forced
Once
fight.
again, they're getting caught out. They're not ready, to take the fight as a team. I feel like they definitely have a chance, They already have the Shivas done. Everything's already done. They just need to either smoke or just be there already, The beast has to be there. Get a raw off. I mean, he had buyback even, so he could be the first one to just die first, Like somebody has to go in, die, and buy back. I don't think the fights are impossible for them. It just feels like they just need to go on the right hero, get the back line, especially the Witch Doctor.
Okay, the Witch Doctor, he is going to get initiated on, but they're here to protect him, and it's going to be the Beastmaster in a lot of trouble here. Mangaya doing the work, PB, Rolling Thunder, the roll-up to immediately cancel the TP. No hope to escape now for the Beastmaster. As you can see, Carlo and the Croaker trying to run down this Dark Willow, but the lull with the Cursed Crown is going to be able to turn, and they take down Carlo. Best this beast can do is try and nuke the wave, and they've almost done so there with the last little bit of Wrath of Nature. So they will make this push. We'll pause this push eventually. Backdoor should kick in. Backdoor here is still pretty strong though, Chucky. Be careful. Maybe not that strong to completely solo, but there's backdoor.
I mean, can you just use the Eye of the Storm twice and just go through backdoor? I think that's it. Enough damage.
I think so. I think so. He's got that 20 talent as well, right? Above the Eye of the Storm. Hold on, they're going to try and claim the Aegis out from under him, though. Jickroy, he's going to BKB. He's going to Satanic. He's going to refresh. In he goes with DB to cover him as well. Anya being focused on. Anya's taken out. Down he goes. Jickroy still alive. Chucky just can't finish him off. Mangaya daring him to come closer there with the tidal wave as they're throwing everything they have here at Jickroy, but he's got the cheese and he's right back to nearly full HP here. Bottom barracks, Winter, they've been taken down. The double Eye of the Storm is just too powerful. And they're on to the tier 4s. Chucky has BKB, Bloodstone on cooldown for 15. Tech 3 Gaming taking a moment here, looking for their opportunity with little stun, or a root rather, onto the Bristle. Will force him back. Jickroy just continuing to dish out some damage. He does not have an Eye of the Storm for 15, but Aegis still to provide him some cover for 2 minutes. And a BKB in the backpack.
Yeah, he's pretty much close to unkillable now. Like, even if they land the Raw now, and they all in him with their heroes, I feel like they don't kill him. Like, he's just way too strong right now. And you add the Lincolns on top of that, he knows that as long as he blocks the Raw, there's no way he's dying.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He's nearly level 30 already. So what, now he's got this 25% Storm's Surge, slow, and damage? Okay. Not bad. Even if you target him with something, he'll be slow to a crawl. DB, he's going to go on in. They showed a hero in the top tier 2 tower, but Chucky with the Terrorize is just too fast. They'll have to leave Bombi behind as they pull him back with the X mark, and now the tidal wave. He's ethereal, but no, the creep! Oh, the creep! It ends up blocking him in, and Chucky with the BKB, he just has to run away again, Winter. Eye of the Storm #1 is active. Tier 4 towers are taking some damage now as Carlo running for his life. He doesn't have any boots, though. He is so slow. Mamang Daya, pulls him back up to the 4-stop with the tidal wave again. He's going to be hit by the Bloodthorn, but he has to dispel it. Now the BKB active. DB does the damage to Carlo. He's dead, but has buyback and buys back instantly. Jikroy does take down one of those tier 4 towers. He's a little worse for wear, but still has Aegis now for 55 seconds. A 4 versus 5, 4 versus 6, really, with this Aegis. As can they even take down Jikroy? He is so tanky. Mamang Daya pulling back Chucky without a BKB for 50 seconds as DB letting loose with another Rolling Thunder. He just has this thing barely, basically online 24/7. It feels like Chucky hit by the Malady, hit by the Terrorize. Can they do enough damage here? Pulled back by the X into the Torrent. The title, Mamang Daya picks up another kill as Carlo trapped inside of his own Sprout. He is going nowhere. A dieback for him as Chucky and Anya doing the best they can. But look at the Witch Doctor. Finally, they cancel that Death Ward. It was just the voodoo switcheroo, but the damage is done. Chucky is dead. Carlo calls it. And Tech Free Gaming, they'll take game #1. Fantastic game for them here.
Yeah, what a way to finish off the game, just another crazy team fight there. They tried to...
#2, and see if Kopite will be able to give us a third and a very exciting game for this series. And we'll be tech free
You
here
wanna see
with the
some-
mid sniper.
Let it go, killing a terabit.
I mean, doable, right? Doable.
Count the stunts. Lion, Conquer. There's so many disables. You can try, but without the BKB, good luck.
Ag Scepter, Boots of Baron, you're in there, man.
They are definitely going in there, Tech Free Gaming. Smoke, and they're going to wrap around. Mamang Daya says, give me the first blood, guys. Please, I need the first blood.
Kopite have already
against
smoked here. And if they find Chucky or DCMG, the low just running on in, and Chucky,
shot
he might get caught out here. Ice Shards are ready. Ice Shards are ready, and they will connect. Chucky having to take the scenic route. Jikroy connecting on a 4 heroes with that plasma field. Nothing they can do as they watch him die. Mamang Daya letting loose and giving the vision that Jikroy's looking for on those shrapnels. It is not the scatter shot, though. They didn't do a ton of
still,
damage.
Sniper level 1 fights. This is one of the strongest heroes with scatter shot. I mean, with shrapnel, even without that facet.
2-0 lead there, first blood. Who did it go to? It went to DB. That's not half bad. Mamang Daya got himself a kill. 2 cores, 2 kills. You love to see it right now if you're tech free gaming. That's for sure.
And this is definitely very worrisome, We already briefly mentioned about the importance of this Queen of Pain sniper lane. It is going to be the talk of the early game, the laning phase especially. The outcome of this lane is going to influence the game a whole lot, and I expect to see the supports running around mid, playing around mid. Sniper and Queen of Pain are heroes that you have to absolutely play around.
Carlo's going to take a death down bottom. Looks like that level 1 bite coming in handy there for a second kill and a little bit of a static link for Jikroy.
See, he was trying to pull the wave, as Lion. Was he? That's why he died there.
I don't think so, no. I think he just gets caught. There was no wave there.
I see.
Maybe he was getting in position to pull the wave.
Yeah, he didn't pay attention. Hans, on the other hand, he was the one pulling the top wave. He got the wave under the tower. So they're going to be able to deny some creeps and, get some safe farm on the tangle. Whereas our mid lane is going to be super contested, They're going to be trading blows. They're going to be, trying to kill each other, essentially, instead of killing creeps.
Yeah, that's true. You can see Mamang Daya doing a pretty good job. He's bullied Anya.
He's actually just going for the normal build. I expected him to go for the dagger build on the quad, but he is just going for his screen. He took the second point in screen. That was 3. And
Bottom,
running away from the
damage sap. Not enough, though, and those stick charges and that value bracer for DCMG get him out of harm's way. It's off-lane TB, by the way. Of course, we didn't really point that out, as they do get a return kill onto Verge.
Yeah, top lane will be, we have the safe lane Kunkka, like you say. Kunkka into the Pango. Should be a fairly straightforward lane for Kunkka against another melee hero. He should have a pretty good farm here, already ahead in terms of CS, 11 and 4 against the 7 and 2 on the Pangolier. But like you say, you know, the force by level 1, not so good at trading because you don't get the barrier. But now he's level 2, he gets the normal. Power spike.
Look at the damage. DCMG only had a stick charge. Does he die to maiden right clicks? Does he die to maiden right clicks? Oh, he does not die to maiden right clicks.
It's a Terrorblade. Terrorblade does not die to maiden right clicks. But it was close.
It was close. You're right about that. Healing salve popped immediately though, so DCMG back to full resources. Nicely managed. Aggression though.
Yeah,
My goodness, they have absolutely no chill. And if a TB doesn't die to maiden right clicks, Carlo, he may not be as lucky. It's actually DCMG who falls to the static link of Jigroy. Basically full duration there.
That was such a huge power spike at level 2 a maiden. He opted to go for the double nukes because he had full mana, he didn't need the aura, and they landed a 2-man Nova there. They landed it twice, yeah. That was it, you know, they just took way too much damage. The Terrorblade already used the salve, you know, but he still died, you know. So that's pretty bad for him in the lane.
Could not rebuild those stick charges, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the Corp is actually
Fortified mid. Look at Mamang Daya, bro.
In terms of last hit. He's not doing well, you know. I mean, going for this build, I feel like if he's trying to just farm, you know, on this lane, he went for the Scream build with double blink, you know. I feel like if you play the lane this way, the Sniper is just going to outright win you in terms of CSing because you are not beating Sniper by not killing him.
And now with the infused raindrops out, it's like, how do you get back into this lane? Top water rune secured there by the Tusk, so Delol rotating around looking for a kill as the blink is forced out of Anya. That opens up the opportunity for Delol, but it doesn't have
This is going to be ugly. The Corp is going to be very poor this game, you know, just by how the game started. He is going to struggle. His level 6 timing is going to be late, and that's also going to affect the game of the A and the Lion, because the A and the Lion, they have to play around the mid laner. And if your Corp is getting destroyed in the lane and the Sniper has like a insurmountable lead, then how are you going to get close to Sniper? Because they are not gap closers, you know, on A and Lion. They need the Corp to blink in to try to gap close and kill the Sniper. So who is actually going to do it now? The Sniper is going to be a huge problem.
He's already starting to siege the tower a little bit as Delol will drag the wave just so they can tank that extra bit more. Fortunately, the car isn't here yet.
Soon. It's coming soon.
It is coming soon, and that's going to be problematic. So far, you know, 2 lanes going well, mid and bot for Tech Free Gaming. Top lane still more or less 50-50. In fact, pretty good for the Kunkka, actually. DB is worse for wear.
This is good for Kunkka because it's a melee against melee. I already mentioned that this lane, Pango shouldn't be able to do much to the Kunkka, so he is absolutely cruising in the lane. Same goes for the Sniper. Bot lane's a bit more contested, but they got kills on Tech Free Gaming side, so they are happier for the moment.
Maybe Anya's strategy in this lane, actually hold that thought for a second. Maiden in danger of dying. It's that shield up, and that's actually going to save her with the facet. The Crystal Nova, all of a sudden, DCMG, he's in way too deep, trying to find the kill onto the Maiden, but he's Maidenless. He goes down top lane. They also get on top of the Ancient Apparition. This Kunkka more or less unkillable up here, but the A makes a nice snack here for a struggling Pangolier.
Yeah, this is not looking good right now for Team Kopite. You know, this laning phase, they are getting overrun.
Mid lane, Mamang Daya runs into Carlo. Carlo kind of runs into him, but they've got supports now here with the Crystal Nova slow. Mamang Daya looking for the big in. They're splitting targets here a little bit. Assassinate's not going to be enough damage. Anya's going to get away. That leaves Bombi awkwardly trapped in the river. The Maiden, oh, she's going to die here, actually. to
But they get the better
the
trade. They got 2 kills.
what's this? Yeah, the death rhyme, but they do get the better trade. They do get the better trade.
This is what I was going to just now when I saw the sniper winning the lane. You see the 3v3? If the Corp had a better lane, they could have won this trade, you know. Because he was level 6. The sniper was level 6. The bot lane did what it's going on to BCM. Again, you could have seen this movie 3
Look
times.
at this. There's just no way out. The lull connecting perfectly from that mid rotation, and guess what? It's Wisdom Shrine time. 2 Wisdoms also for Tech Free Gaming. Phenomenal map so far. Phenomenal. Okay, there's the first Sonic Wave. Not good for the kill on the Jicroy. In fact, he almost turns and kills his Queen of Pain, Bombi, and Carlo. They at least will secure the kill as the lull throws his body to take down the Lion. Anya will at least make it a 2-for-1 trade. Careful here, Varij. He is under a ward, so I don't expect him to catch really much of anything at all. Does get the D ward as it's Death Rhyme slow. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got another bite here. Careful, Anya. Careful, Anya. This is a battle maiden. He has built different fights to the death. Takes down the mid laner. Drops the tip.
Yeah, I mean, this is the result of the Corp having such a bad lane, you know. She was weak. And now, I think even losing the Razor there was fine since they got the rune, you know. I mean, the Wisdom Shrine. And now the mid tower is going to take a huge amount of beating, and at this rate, it's going to probably go down pre-10 minutes, you know, this mid tower. And the problems are going to pile up for Team Kopite. They have to try to kill the sniper. I think the Kunkka is the one that has to come at some point to kill him.
Yeah, they're just not letting up on the aggression.
AA dies. It was what, solo kill?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, level 3 tag team, man. That'll do it. You close the gap, and he is going to die. Sniper just tossing in these shrapnel charges to slowly chip away at this camp. It's starting to be it's turning into a painful game here. That's for sure. Team Kopite, they have to find a breakthrough somewhere, and it might just be on the back of this Kunkka. Yeah.
He needs to find a rotation. He is the one that's having the best game on the dire side, and he has to help his team. He is TPing right now. The sniper has to die, but there's a snowball.
Yeah. How do they close the gap onto him? Chucky,
No,
he can't even reach.
Oh, no, Chucky.
And now Chucky, he's in danger. There's a freezing field already. Chucky does interrupt it at the very least. The Sonic Wave on it, both supports is good, but Bridge once again not going down that easy. Anya's still alive and goes down to the right click from Mondaya. Lands one from uphill. Terrorblade is up to level 6. Gets off a good Sunder on the Jicroy, but where is the follow-up? Delul takes down Bobby. Mamangdaya continuing to right-click them down, and it's turned into a disastrous fight here. Carlo is the lone survivor. He will go down. That's only a maiden with 5 and a tier 1 tower.
This game has just officially been blown open. You know, the lead has been built. The sniper has been hunted but not killed, and now the sniper is looking like he is going to kill everybody. He is having the dream start of every sniper wants. He gets the tower before 10 minutes. He's going to be moving into his next tower soon, and here Chucky just. He knows he needs to do something, but he just overcommitted, you know. Once the sniper got too far away, he actually couldn't really just go in, you know, and they got counter-initiated by this perfect Rolling Thunder. CM also did a pretty good job with the freezing field, pushing them back even though he died, but that gave his team the room to finish off the fight, man. Anya on the court, going down to Mamangdaya once again, you know. This is getting worse and worse, you know, for Team Kopite. I think for them to make a move on a sniper, they have to start with a smoke and try to go behind him, you know. If they go from the front, the chances of it working is just low.
You are dead.
It's a low to non-existent, it seems like.
Yeah, they have to close the distance, but they couldn't.
You know, you get some experience on these supports, and I feel like Winter, hold that thought, no Sunder for 24, Snowball just in case he had it, Anya, ready to go with a Sonic Wave here, but the roll's actually pretty tanky, man. All of a sudden, Varij looking to set up for another fight. Anya's going to go in, Sonic Wave onto 2, it's good damage from Mamangdaya, but I think he had a 21 charge there. Pops that one, and not even the Maiden. Okay, finally she goes down. Carlo gets the kill there, but Mamangdaya on a triple kill and denied the ultra kill here 11 minutes in by Jicroy, who dives past the tower with the Eye of the Storm active.
This is getting one-sided. This is getting ugly.
Oh boy.
You know, in SEA, even though we fight a lot, but this is too one-sided, you know, at this point. They have to try to find, okay, wait for their cooldowns to come back up. They need to smoke. Because the last 2 to 3 fights, they were getting jumped by the Tusk or the Pango. And they couldn't really find the right targets to go on first. They need to seize the opportunity. Get level 6 on your Lion and A and try to smoke, man. That's their only hope now.
Right. Double Maelstrom build, by the way, right now from among Daya and Jikroy. So
they're indeed going for, yeah, the Mjolnirs.
Are they both going Mjolnir? Razor,
probably.
Sniper.
It's pretty good.
Probably, right?
It's pretty good against Terrorblade. I mean, I guess for the Sniper it's more natural. For the Razor it's not natural.
I built it last game as well. Ended up in the inventory, but yeah. See how it goes.
The lightning
okay,
lord,
so
yeah.
we have level 6 on both supports here. Carlo's got Finger of Death. AA Ice Blast is ready. I just feel like, you know, you get in that sniper's face. All right, well, there's going to be his first Finger of Death. Good kill on a Delol, but Anya, yeah, with the haste, there is no running from this sniper. Roshan even helping out here as they get the kill on the Carlo. Jikroy. Gotta be careful for this Ice Blast. In fact, it might just connect. He tries to avoid it, but it ends up running back into it. That's what they needed. Signs of life here.
I mean, it's something. It's still not good enough. They have to find the sniper. They need to make a move again, you know. Even without the Finger of Death, once Ice Blast is ready, they have to go in here. Because the longer they wait, the lesser of the map they're gonna have to farm.
For sure.
Tech Free Gaming, they're doing a good job closing down. They are trying to make advancements around the jungle, seeing off the jungle from Team Kopite. They have no access to their own jungle on top. I mean, it's just this bottom corner, you know, this triangle that Chucky has right now. You know, the map is very small.
Zombie's showing middle. He's gonna be all right. It's not that dramatically bad of a game yet. This sniper is got extra reach now with that Dragon Lance, as we saw earlier, going into this Hurricane Pike for a little bit of a, you know, mixed offensive-defensive item. It's a smoke play. They're going to try and find DCMG. They're going to try and get into this Wisdom Shrine area. Scan. Good reactions. Good reactions. Kopite, they TP nearly everyone in as they kick off this fight now, contesting this Wisdom Shrine. The line stun's good on him among Daya, who we have an Ice Blast. Where's the Ancient Apparition? He's just waiting for a better opportunity. Wisdom Shrine is going to get taken here. They have him among Daya in their sight. Sonic Wave is not going to find him, and instead they have to commit the Ice Blast here onto the Maiden, who was killing him with the Freezing Field. Now DB shows in the fight, sets up Vision, and sets up Mamang Daya for the godlike streaks, a double kill. My God, what are we watching? The CS Major? This guy's just double opping them, man.
Yeah, he is hiding in some box, you know, standing there, targeting down everyone. They just couldn't really deal with him, you know. They can't find him, you know. I think at this point, to kill the sniper, if you don't find him with the Lion or the Conquer and drop every single spell, you're probably still gonna lose the team fight if you do that. But there's also the possibility of the Tusk saving him in the snowball, you know. So the chances of you killing him is just getting lower and lower, you know, the longer the game stays this way.
I did not even consider the possibility of the Tusk snowball save. But you're completely right. I mean, you're just absolutely completely right.
I mean, this stems to the fact that initially, why I mentioned the laning phase is so important. I kept highlighting that the Queen of 8 sniper is going to determine a lot. Now, 1-for-1 trade, Pango is still alive. He doesn't have low yet, but Diffusal and Vessel, you know. It's not just the sniper that's rich, you know. The Pango, the Razor, they are both also super rich, you know, at this point.
Yeah, in fact, Mjolnir is finished for Jikroy. He's got that item fully completed. Among Daya, now that he's got his Hurricane Pike, he might go back and complete a Mjolnir of his own. As we see TPs down bottom, it's Chucky, who by far and away is having the best game on Team Kopite, and yet, that being true, they're still down 10k just 16 minutes into this game. They have to make these team fights count.
Well, I'm gonna get a Gradients, but it's fun.
Doesn't look like it. The Ice Shard is perfectly setting up a pinball zone here. 3 stuns into the wall response. Chucky is going to be saved by the Sunder. That assassin's not going to be the end of his life, but they have a vessel down. The Sonic Wave, they found him on Dia. Ice Blast Sonic Wave, that's good enough for the kill. Delul and Chucky, though, still going at it, and it's going to end up still being some kills. The Godlike Streak, though, going to Bombi, 1,000 gold for the Ancient Apparition. That is going to be a quick kill by Varij in response. As you say, Winter, they find the sniper, but they still lose the fight.
Yeah, at what cost, yeah? They are just too far behind right now. It takes so much to kill the sniper. Yeah, I mean, game is tough, you know. Game is way too rough for them. Because right now, even if you kill the sniper, the Razor and the Pango, they have so much net worth that they can also basically win them the team fights already without the sniper, you know. And the time you took to kill the sniper is just going to allow both of them to right click and kill everyone else. I mean, BKB is also on the way for Jig Roy now. You know, once he gets the BKB, what exactly are you going to do to stop him? You know, you have nothing to stop the BKB Razor from running in.
No, just Sonic. I mean, you got the Sonic Wave, got Ice Blast, but it seems like you need those to kill the sniper. If you're using those to stop the BKB, you got left.
If you use everything to stop him, then the sniper has free reign.
It's just free. And in fact, he's going to get a second life online. Hold on, this Ice Blast could be something. It's going to connect onto all four. As Roshan did slam right as they were out of the pit. The lull, he's going to eat the finger. Down he goes. Sniper looking worse for wear. Anya, though, does not have Sonic Wave for 20 seconds. EV finds this opportunity for the Rolling Thunder. This is the Radiance completed, though. This is not that terrible of a fight. But the Ice Blast debuff. Oh, it's run out. And the Mandaya turning to fight. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The Glacial Guard saved him just for a second. Eventually, he's going to be taken down by the AA's Death Rhymes, those cheeky ice vortexes. They've got vision for the assassinated Bombi. He's not making it out alive, but they do at least get the Aegis. They get a kill onto the Tusk. It's just a heavy price. They're paying such a heavy price every time. Can this be sustainable, Winter?
Yeah, every time they try to kill the sniper, sure they got him, but he had Aegis, but it always cost them 3 heroes. Because they need to commit so much to kill him. I mean, this is just the reality of the situation they're in, you know, because they lost the enemy base so much. There's no easy way out for them, you know. They have to just try to fight, and sure, they lost 2 fights, 3 fights in a row, but you have to try again.
Otis, Reagan, kill here onto the Maiden, committing the Sonic Wave just to pick it up through the Ice Blast.
One Maiden, but they had to use so much to kill.
2 ultis, and now what do you have left, Zombie? This is not where you want to be. Mamahangaya! Oh, he's got so much damage. They didn't even Walrus punch the Quap.
It's just the tag team plus the sniper peeping at you, you know?
Seriously.
The invisible pellets with the tag team procking on you. You're wondering why am I dying so quickly?
Well, the ghillie suit, that's absolutely correct, from the river. DB is looking to set up a kill now onto DCMG. Carlo, he's not going to be scouted behind. Let's just look at the damage here. Can he possibly escape? Does he? Oh, gets off the Sunder, actually, not half bad. Carlo's now running in. The shield crash barrier is pretty big, though, so they can't just finger him back down to 0, if they even had it. Coming off cooldown now. Okay, good hold there. Valky mid. That's not the right direction for him to be running, and the delayed damage is going to kill him. As Kunkka says, it's you regret it in the morning after, you know, sometimes. There he did.
That's when you realize you had one too many martinis.
Yeah, or caipirinhas, or whatever Kunkka's drinking, I guess. Careful here, Bombi. That's just not going to be where you want to be. It's a dangerous world out here for an Icicle, as he is killed by the Walrus Punch of the lull.
Yeah, this is looking real ugly right now. I mean, I think the only hope remaining is you try to hold high ground, and when they push high ground, you have to smoke behind them and try to just take the fight from there. At least anywhere they fight outside of the high ground, it's just going to be close to impossible. I think maybe Roshan is the next place they can fight. I mean, there's nowhere else I feel like they can take a fight.
What will they have ready for that next fight? Chucky trudging along, marching towards this BKB. That will help him a little bit, but there's still a lot of physical damage to consider. Blink Dagger Lion might be really impactful, and well, Akaya and Anya is at least going to buff his magic output. We actually
And they
see
might
a
find
smoke
the
play
Razor
here.
here at top.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoking towards him. If they can start with a Hex, that would be
Perfect. The drums, the Hex, into the line, finger of death, everything thrown. But the Razor dead for 70 seconds. No chance for him to get off that BKB.
Yeah, a moment of sloppiness there. Nothing was happening, and it felt like it was pretty obvious something was brewing. They don't see anyone on the map. Razor was just like a little bit too comfortable, you know, with the state of the game. Just found some dangerous camps and pays for it, and that was an expensive death. They are going to need, I want to say like 5 more of those, you know, for them to come back in the game. Maybe more.
That's true. I mean, it was a 2K net worth swing on that one kill alone, but you're right. The lead's so big that that's not even, you know, 20% of the lead. 16K, 22 minutes in. Over the double the kills, 38 to 15 in favor here of Tech Free Gaming as they lead in game number 2. They're winning this first game of this Elimination BO3 series. Among Daya, I mean, this is just what the sniper gives you, just so much pressure from so far away, man. That safety. Only Thunder to back him up. Furry is ready to counter-initiate with the Glimmer Cape. It's Tusk with Dagger and Snowball save. They simply cannot defend this tier 2 tower. There's just not a hope.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
I mean, their best bet is just wait for BKBs. They have one on Conquer now. Firebird is not building one, Queen is not building one. So I mean, it's gonna take a while. You know, if they want to build one, it's gonna take a while. Quad maybe not so much,
Yeah.
but Terabit needs one. You are not going to go in the middle of a team fight and kill the sniper if you don't have a BKB.
Yeah, that's just not going to be happening here. Even with the BKB, they've got some ways at making your life difficult, don't they? Especially these, just the low walrus.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
tower
but at the
is
end of
under
the
Careful,
day, if you kill the sniper, you have to figure out how to kill the Razor next, you know? Or if you kill the Razor, you have to figure out how to kill the sniper.
Walrus punch. Chucky, he's committed to the crime of trying to farm outside of his high ground. He's forced to BKB, and even then he might die. The assassinate targeting him down. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. The magic damage just too high. Even through the BKB. They get the maiden in exchange, but that is your carry's first BKB charge. They did not want it to be used like that. And even now, Carlo, no way out. They have the Ice Blast debuff onto Delal with the Sonic Wave. It'll be a kill there. And the Monk Daya feels slightly out of position. Without the supports, he's a little vulnerable, but that's a big lad running in. This Razor, we haven't talked about him for some time, have we? Oh, no chance to get off the Sunder. Jikori does use the BKB for that kill. He's gonna chase for maybe one more even now. Zombie running for his life. Oh, goodness me. Get out of there. Nice spot there in the trees.
under attack. Radiant are scared.
You know, if they can catch out the sniper, there is still hope to kill. The Terabit still packs a punch. And now the sniper has BKB. So the only way is they have to get Lion to go on top first before he's able to use it and burst it.
He's safe and sound. And look at the wall just blink forward. Mamang Daya force taps himself downhill. They want to take this fight. Chucky, BKB ready in 7 seconds. The boat rump up is giving them a little bit of safe space. But now without the BKB, look at them just get ran down. That's Carlo down for the count as well. He didn't get a finger of death out. And Chucky dying through the BKB. DCMG getting on top of the sniper, but without the metamorphosis, he's got to run as well. Chucky lives thanks to the run buff, but
Razor's
look how
really,
fast
really
Jikroy is
fast.
in this river.
He's not chasing. So he's gonna get the lead on the Conquer.
Cold in here, or is it just me?
And the fights
for
are just
none.
very, very difficult, you know. They have to deal with two big cores, you know, the Razor and the Sniper. And it takes so much to kill one of them, you know, that they don't have enough resources to go for the next.
And that's the
now,
kill, and
and
then they
then-
do chase down.
It's not what you want.
Yeah,
Or is it just me?
I think that fight maybe is a little bit better looking. You can maybe make a case of, oh, okay, yeah, they killed both of our supports, but we got another BKB charge out of the Sniper and the Razor. That's just not the case. Mamangdaya, he retains his 9-second charge, and, you know, Jikroy just runs in without BKB. We're still on cooldown. He couldn't have used it even if he wanted to.
I mean, they're just in a very tough position right now. They're stuck in the base, and I mean, your fate, unfortunately, is no longer in your own hands, you know, if you're Team Kopite. You're just praying and hoping you sit on your high ground, that your enemy makes a mistake, and you find a way to capitalize on it.
The time has come.
And they're going for blade mails. Maybe, you know, the blade mails.
Mamangdaya, I mean, blink and you miss
Or
it.
is it just
Just off of
me?
the observer ward. Anya blinks in like he's, I don't know. He just blinks in, man. Kind of crazy. Anyway, Egg Scepter online for the Queen of Pain, for the Quap of Pain. Okay, a little bit of a stronger Shadow Strike. Helps push these waves and all. Let's see here just the impact of these supports, though, on that head-to-head. It's just night and day, isn't it? The Sniper, 21 and 14. Holy moly. This is like the Sniper in your pubs come to haunt you in your pro matches.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What a lead. I mean, and that's to say nothing, by the way, about still the fantastic game that Jikroy is having, right? We say this like the Sniper's the only one having a good game. 10, 3, and 12 at, 30 minutes in, that's not half bad either.
Dire's top tower is falling.
What do you do here?
Radiant's
I don't have
middle
Eye of the
tower
Storm,
is under
thankfully,
attack.
but it's only a matter of time until they do. BKB, Crystallis online for your Kunkka. Just farming up anything that they can here to give themselves a fighting chance, as high ground is moments away from being forced.
God, the Tusk has a VKB.
Oh my goodness. Well, he might have to use it here, actually. He's going to go on in. The follow-up, let's see how good it is. Good enough for the kill there, I'd say. Mamangdaya beyond godlike for the second time this match. And Anya's doing a good job, at least. He did send his Shadow Strikes. These are Egg Scepter upgraded, by the way, so it's kind of a big deal. Even still, they can't even get through that Glimmer Cape barrier with it. Ancient Apparition is dead. He does have buyback. It's Tech 3 Gaming. They will commit here. Nice two-man stun. Is this going to be a kill? No, not quite. Okay. Oh no, Sonic Wave is used just to kill Barish, but they've taken down the Quap. And up on the high ground, they've also lost the Lion. Tucky BKBs, but what? It's just so hard, man. It's just so hard. You can't even get through the Roshan banner. Down goes the tier 3 tower. They've only lost the Maiden. They have Ice Blast, but they don't have a Finger. Don't have a Sonic Wave. But they also don't have any free time. I mean, they just have to take a fight. This is game 2 at losing 1-0 in the lower bracket. Mamangdaya, he kills your TV before you can even hit the ground. Then in one Walrus Punch, Winter.
What can you do, you know? They're that far behind. And even the Tusk just packs a punch right now with the physical damage. I mean, even if you give them, say you give them extra 5 buybacks, right? I don't even know if they can win the team fight. Say they have 10 heroes.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe 10 heroes
mean
is too much,
15.
but extra 2 or 3 buybacks.
Yeah. Look, I hear what you're saying, though. I think the problem is they're just so cool on the limit. I mean, they're going to give it to Bridge here yet again. Nice torrent, but what's it going to cost him? Below. He gets off the shards here. That catches Bombi. Chucky, really nice tidal wave to save his allies. As this Rolling Thunder, it's not fantastic out from DB. Chucky running back up to the high ground. They will make it alive without any losses. Finally, a good trade, it feels like, for this team. As Chickroy taking a lot of damage with the low with the BKB. He's in, and Anya, he gets off the Sonic Wave, but is it going to be good enough? Chickroy, they need a connect here on this Ice Blast, but even still, he's got Aegis. What's the point? Still, though, they should kill him. Oh, he almost dies. I think maybe they thought he was going to tick down there to the Quap Ags, but he simply does not, and now Quap's dead for 45. May have to buy back the low, you imagine. He's just so confident, and he goes and Chucky through the BKB. He's murdered. Harlem is lying, running for his life as Mamang Daya just waddles up to the high ground, threatening to kill them all. Winter, he's not even used his BKB a single time this game. For sale, BKB not used.
For sure. It's just for sure, you know. Guys, I have BKB. Don't touch me. I'm gonna use it.
See how much that Solar Crest is doing. I mean, Bombi's so scared, man. He's using Ghost Scepter all the way back past the tier 4 towers. Chucky, he's bought back, but he doesn't have buyback. Or sorry, he's not a Black Forest, but I should say. And DB is going to take advantage of that. They've already killed the TV. Ramon Gaia on a double kill already as Chucky is dead, and DB threatening to start fountain farming them. Tech3 Gaming just moving from barracks to barracks. Aegis up in 30 seconds, sure. But what do you do against Mamang Daya? Bro, he's trying to 1v5. He's trying to 1v5. And this normal save. It's perfect from the low. They dodge everything. And now the BKB, it's doing work. Mamang Daya with a double kill. And he's looking for the triple as the GG is dropped. What an absolute shellac.